Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the whole team here at Ray White Tarneit, we welcome you to the auction here at number 7 MCMAHON Crescent in the lovely suburb of Tarneit here. To all of our bidders and buyers, we wish you all the very best with your bidding endeavours here today. Make sure to bid bold, bid aggressively, and bid to the absolute upper echelon of your capacity. Give yourself every opportunity to be that lucky and successful buyer in the crowd here today. I'm sure you are standing somewhere in the crowd here, so to you a slightly early congratulations is in order for your wonderful purchase, and what a wonderful purchase it will be for you and your family. I'm sure of it for the many, many years to come. Of course, I'd like to take this time to thank our vendors very, very much as well for not only entrusting myself to be the auctioneer, but also the entire selling team at Ray White Tarneit for selling what is arguably their most prized possession. Of course, your listing agents, none other than Mike and Danu. Name a more dynamic duo in real estate in this particular corridor of Melbourne. There's a wealth of real estate knowledge there, so if you do have any questions, concerns, or need any support with your bidding endeavours here today, make sure to flag down one of those two and they'll happily come to your aid. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now if you've attended an auction in Victoria before, I will let you know that the auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions made available for inspection before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibit the auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for a property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price. As your auctioneer, I will be indicating bidders on a request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders, and prohibits bidders from attempting to prevent others from bidding, and I will issue fines for misconduct. The rules do permit vendor bids. The words I will be using to indicate I am placing a bid on behalf of our vendors is simply vendor bid. By law, only I, as the auctioneer, can place those vendor bids. Now, settlement terms for the purchase of this home is preferred at 60 to 90 days. We're also flexible with our deposit, so 5 or 10% deposit is an acceptable purchase amount there. And of course, if you've had any prior terms or conditions discussed and our vendors are agreeable to those terms, then you're more than comfortable to be bidding on that basis. Ladies and gentlemen, that covers all the boring stuff. Let's talk about this stunning home here today. You've seen it, you've loved it, and you're hopefully here to buy it here. 7 MCMAHON Crescent in Tarneit. And by the way, the home just speaks for itself. This is a modern home, family buyers, dream home, forever home. It is perfect for a multitude of buyers, first home buyers, growing families and investors. The list goes on and on and on. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, multiple car spacing opportunities underpinning your prospective purchase of 510 square metres of premium Tarneit soil here today. And of course, you can see the front-facing facade starts us all off with that resort-style living. You walk through those doors and you're greeted by lovely living zones there, and even out the back you've got multiple living zones that seamlessly transition into the outdoor area. That is my favourite part here, the outdoor pergola area where you can literally entertain your friends 365 days, and even with Melbourne's unpredictable weather you can still use it because it is shaded, it is ready for you to use and live and create priceless family memories. Of course, landscaping out back as well. Beautiful Victorian style home with an abundance of charm and character. Lovely windows with allowing for an abundance of natural light through the home and beaming through all the corridors there. So lots of reasons to buy, and this particular corridor of Tarneit is very well desirable as well. Literally parks, reserves all over, and walking trails. You've got the parks down there as well. Kick a soccer ball around. You can go for a walk down the Werribee Trail as well, River Trail there. Beautiful location. And schools, you've got all the top quality schools in the local area. West Grove Primary School, Brynville Secondary College, and abundance of other schools as well that are private, primary, secondary, and more. Shops, you've got the Werribee Pacific. That's literally going to take care of all of your shopping needs in this part of Melbourne here. And obviously public transport accessibilities. You've literally got bus stops around the corner, train stations only a couple of minutes drive from here, and of course major freeway and roadway accesses that were going to take you anywhere that you need to go in metropolitan Melbourne. So a long list of reasons to buy here, and today as well we're only going to see more and more rate cuts, and that's going to bring more demand into the marketplace. And when you've got a premium home like this on the market, the demand for this kind of property is only going to get tougher and tougher and tougher. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to you now for your spirited bidding. Who would like to start me off with an opening bid or offer? Don't mind where we start. I'm going to start at any opening figure where you see logical value. The first bid is always the hardest. Don't mind where it is, don't you? Mike, let me know where you... If you've got any bids to yell out, ladies and gentlemen, put up your hands. $700,000. Very fair, reasonable start there at $700,000. Let's go in tens on the rise to keep us moving along nice and smoothly. But at $700,000, bargain buying at this level, and good luck. At $700,000, where do we see 710? At $700,000 out to the right-hand side, Danu, your bidder in the lead now at $700,000. Going to call it 3 times now. First call at $700,000 out to the right-hand side. Second call at 700. Third, final time, all done. Finished, absolutely silent. Really? Even at 700? Come on, guys, at $700,000, I'm going to move the auction along with a vendor bid. I'm going to go to 720. You can jump back in on 730 if you'd like, but at $720,000, fantastic buying opportunity, and the location itself is spectacular. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, indoor, outdoor entertaining areas at 720 now. Need to be 730 if you'd like to jump on in. Otherwise, buyers, we simply have to keep pumping things along with vendor bids until we get to a point where we can put the property on the market and sell to you today. 720 now, the bid with myself. Need to be 730. What do we say, buyers? First call at 720. Let's go 30. 30, nod of the head, got it there. Danu, your bidder back into the lead at 730 now. There's social proof and evidence that the property is wanted by somebody else. 730, where do we have 40? I know we've got interest in the crowd here at $730,000 out to the right-hand side. They're simply going to run away with it, and good luck. At 730. Any interest? Need to know, buyers. I'm going to call it 3 times. We'll move the auction along once again. First call at $730,000. Second call at 730. Our vendors are incredibly realistic for the home and the caliber that this home presents to you and your family. At 730, I move the auction along. Third and final time, all done. Finished, absolutely silent here. I'm going to move the auction along at 740. Happy for you to jump back in at 750 you like. At 740 now, a vendor bid has been placed just to move the auction along at this point in time. Our vendors are very keen to do business with you and keen to see a sold sticker plastered on the board. You guys are in the box seat to do it. 750, I promise I'll stop placing vendor bids from there. At 740 now, a vendor bid has been placed. We're moving the auction along now, buyers. What do we say at 740? Still a bargain at this level. 750? I thought reaching for the phone might be a bid there, but at 740, make the phone calls if you need to, but at $740,000, Mike, let me know any interest out there in the crowd as well. Waiting for a raise of the hand here at $740,000, 745. Well, happy to see you now. 2 bidders now entering into the race, and the competition well and truly ignited now at $745. Now, good luck to you. At $745,000, let's go 50. We've unlocked the smaller increments now. There you have it. Otherwise, we pass the property in out this way. We negotiate. There's not much of a gap from here at $745,000. 1 second is revealing that there's more bids in the chamber. So I just have that next bid locked and loaded, ready to go at $745,000. Have a discussion on what you want to do next and fire it off quickly. That's my advice to you there. At 740 now on the right-hand side, waiting for instructions unless anybody else wants to jump on in. Just confirming out back any interest. Thank you very much. Hope you're enjoying the show. Any interest out that way as well? Just confirming. Thank you very much. What about you guys? Over here? Together? All together. Big crowd. Any interest out this way? 745 now, 750, sir. Need to know at $745,000. I hope I'm providing at least some educational value here. Sorry, entertainment value here at $745,000. Let's go 50 now. I've given you the opportunity. Need to know now. In or out? First call at $745,000. Good luck out this way. Second call, 750. Got one of these. 750. Let's go 55. You knew this was coming at $750,000 now. And that could have been your bid. I know I wanted to do you a favor by smaller increments here, but now he's taking that bid at 750. And good luck. You're already in a great position to put the sold sticker on the board. We'll just bring it out for you and we'll plaster it up there. At $750,000 now, I've confirmed no other interest in the crowd. So once you've confirmed you're out, we're done. At 750 now, I did give you guys some time to consider your bidding options. I'm going to give the same courtesy and respect out this way as well, Mike. Need to know from you guys as well. I'll give you a little bit of time, but I do have to move the auction along. I think I'm stopping with a vendor bid, so we'll simply wrap up the auction at 750 if we need to. At 750. Mike, how are we going out there? Need to know instructions in or out. Need to know now. First call at $750,000. Thank you very much for your patience as well while holding the highest bid. Second call at 7.5. Oh, I thought that was a bid. Come on, let's go. 755, great bid, and straight back now at $755,000. 755, let's go 760 now. We're going to keep it in the fives out of respect to our highest bidder, and of course, Mike going inside to get some instructions, which is a very good sign for you guys now. Just think about it now. If the property was on the market, would you bid or not? At 755 now, the bid, this could be absolutely it for you at $755,000 now. Need to know. And if Mike's not out in a matter of 30 seconds, I'm going to take a pause to the auction. We should be getting some instructions very, very shortly. And it makes no sense to back away at this point in time at $755,000. Need to know, Mike, how are we going? Mike, I'm running out of content to keep the crowd entertained here at $755,000. Need to know. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take a quick pause to the auction and come back and to resume very, very shortly. Hopefully we have some very good news soon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your patience and anticipation. Of course, you can see by the dramatic effect of all the conversations here, we've got some instructions specifically from our vendors at this point in time that we passed on to our highest bidder. Now, essentially, we are very, very close to having the property put on the market, but outside of those instructions that I've passed on, the instructions are to pass the property in to our highest bidder and start effective immediately the negotiation process from there. So what that does mean, by the way, our highest bidder has exclusive rights to negotiate. It does sit with these guys across the road at this point in time. They will have the sole right to exclusive negotiations and also the first right of refusal, which means if they're not happy with that negotiation process, they can simply walk away. So right now, the current bid stands at $755,000. No further advance. We simply start the negotiation process straight away. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to throw it over to you now again for your spirited bidding. Any further advance, you secure that exclusive rights to negotiate from here. Now guys, how are we going over here? I was waiting for instructions over here. I hope that time has given you a little bit of thinking time and space to breathe. We're at 755 now. 760 will buy you a seat at the negotiation table here. And I can tell you we're not far from putting the property on the market either. We're all done. What about 2.5? We're sure? It's a very resolute no. And I can see a very stern look from you, but also just to your left-hand side, there's a little bit of indecision. And just from being a married man, I understand where the power truly lies. As much as we want to be the face of reason, at 755, what about another 1,000? You're absolutely out at $755,000. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give everybody one last opportunity to jump on in. We've also given instructions over here to our highest bidder to increase their offer themselves as well at 755. Otherwise, no further advance, no further bid. We simply pass the property in and start negotiation process. Unfortunately, most of the times and statistically, we are going to be selling to our highest bidder once the property passes in. So one last opportunity to change your mind. I'm going to count it 3 times. We pass the property in. First call, second call, third and final time at $755,000. All done, finished, absolutely silent now. Mike, any further advance from there? Ladies and gentlemen, in that case, we formally pass the property in at $755,000. Let's give our highest bidder a round of applause here on behalf of the team at Ray White Tarneit. We thank you very much for attending today's auction, and we look forward to updating you with a sold result very, very shortly from here. Thank you and have a good rest of your day.